All right. You there, Bless?
Yeah,
All right,
I'm here
guys.
with you.
What up, guys? I barely made it. I didn't realize that my son's basketball game was a little bit later than last week, and it's pretty windy here in New Mexico today. So the highways, there's some crazy ass drivers all over the place. Cops around the corners. Like I'm surprised I didn't get a ticket driving back and forth. I literally drove from Albuquerque to the little town where my son lives. It's about 80 miles or so, and I watched his basketball game, which was 20 minutes. Turned around and came back. So it was definitely worth it, though. It's he like takes everything very serious. Like he's like very like runs straight to like the point on the court where he needs to stand, and has his hands up the whole time, and it's cool to see him take it that serious and enjoy himself. So apologize I'm late. I hope you guys um, do excuse me, mark me tardy or whatever it is. Um, what's up with you, Bless?
I'm just chilling, man.
Chilling?
Spent the whole weekend coding, doing my thing.
Cool, bro. Well, we will jump right in, guys. I know that there's some people that are probably expecting us to I don't even know what page I have right here now on my computer. I just missed it. Oh, the YouTube one. All right, so
So,
yeah, so we're gonna jump right in, guys. We're gonna we kind of talked a little bit about the format of what we want to do with this, going forward and things, and I don't think it does any justice to just sit here and talk about technicals and things like that. We got to talk about the mental side of trading and driving back right now. So driving back, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I like to drive with no sound. So like it's truly like one of the times like I'm by myself and I gotta like I can't be on my phone. I can't be concentrating on something else. I could actually just let my thoughts, flow through. You know what I mean? I think there's I think there's two places I do my best thinking. That's in the car and the shower. Because
okay.
I mean, there's nothing else that you could be doing, right? Let me get rid of these distractions here. And that's what I'm talking about, the distractions like that. So, I can't be driving and looking at the phone and things like that. Um, so I don't know if anyone else does this, but I've always been into cars since I was really young, and I kind of drive a little hoopty right now, but I still drive with no radio on, no nothing on, just drive like just in my thoughts, and even though there's no sound around me, it's freaking really loud in my head, guys. Um, so as far as the format and the way that we're going to do this, we'll do it a little bit more podcast style. Me and Bless, he'll be here most days, I do believe. And then,
Yeah.
if it's me by myself, maybe we could have some guests down the line and things like that. But what we'll do is we'll give like a rundown and give experiences and things that we talk about, make it a little bit more entertaining and things like that. And then we will go over tickers for the week and, what we looked at for last week, and then if there's any technical like questions and things like that, um, towards the end we'll round out everything. But just to just to get started, I'm working whoever. I have a fucking troll on YouTube that every single fucking I'm looking at you like you see like I know you're gonna watch this. Every single fucking video I put, they dislike my damn video. And little do they know that YouTube grades it as engagement, and it's still a fucking good thing, even though you make my fucking videos every single one. So I'm looking at you, you fucking asshole. So because what he says is you say go ahead every fucking other word, and I'm working on it, motherfucker. I'm working on it.
Ah,
It's my safety word. So um, anyways, I'm pretty fired up today, guys. Driving in the car and thinking about things, and it really upsets me. It really upsets me, and it's just absolutely crazy how many DMs and people ask questions about trading and then about joining the room and things like that. And I don't mind helping anyone. I don't mind helping anyone. And the thing is that And through my journey is that the more you help yourself, the more help you actually get from other people as well. No one wants to help someone that just wants all the answers. If you're willing to put in the work and be on the team, then absolutely go ahead and get on the team, and we'll put you on. You know what I mean? But for you to just have your hand out and want all these things and then not put in the work is just absolutely dumb. So I have good and bad news. The good news is that you know how to trade. So 99% of you guys out there know how to trade. Um, I'm sure that you've taken at least $1 from the market, right? I could probably guarantee 99% of the people that are going to watch this have taken at least $1 for the market. The hard part is replicating that in the long term over and over again, and then building it on a bigger scale, taking more than $1 from the market, right? So that's the hard part. So that's the bad news, is that you're still not profitable even though you know how to trade, right? So I got your answer here. I got your answer to why you aren't profitable and why you aren't consistent in the market and why you are failing as a trader pretty much as of right now. So like I said, you know how to trade. 99% of the traders that ask me questions know how to trade, and they know technicals. They know enough on the market, support and resistance, things like that, price action. They have some type of strategy that where they could take money from the market. Now, if they may not be a master at it, right? They may not be a master at it, but they can take money from the market. But then when they say like, oh, I have a bunch of good days, and then I have a big red day or a red week or whatever it is, then they don't want to listen to what I have to say. Hey there, bro. Whoever S Desire is, you almost fucking scared me. My baby mama's name is Desiree. I was like, what the fuck? My baby mama on here freaking watching me, bro. Oh man.
That's
Anyways,
great.
so yeah, bro. I'm gonna be. She's over here recording me. She's gonna play this on court, bro. I feel like T Grizzly right now. So getting back on topic, um, no one wants to do the things outside of trading to be successful in trading. And that goes along with not only trading, but successful in any part or any aspect of your life. You want to be successful in school. You want to be successful in your relationships. You want to be successful in business, or building something different. Even your career. Say you're not an entrepreneur, you just have a career or some way. And this will be cool if other, yeah, dude, man, I got this ADD like. I stepped in dog shit and it smells like I had to smell it all the way home, like on my shoe, bro. Freaking sucks, motherfucker.
I love how you just like, look, man,
Oh my
it is what
god,
it is.
dude, it stinks. It stinks, but I'm not gonna take it off right now. But anyways, so then, so the answer to your trading or your why you're failing at anything that you're actually doing is in your habits that you do it on a daily basis. So someone once told me that whatever you want should distract you from your daily life. Your daily life should not distract you from whatever you want. Does that make sense? So I'll say it again. So whatever you want most, right? So whether it be being a successful trader or whatever you're pursuing, right? That should distract you from your daily life. It should not. Your daily life should not distract you the other way around, right? And for an example for that, I'm going to use is say like I'm gonna use guys as an example because I'm pretty Hispanic and Latino. Like when I fall for a girl, it's pretty damn hard, guys. That's pretty fatal, and that's why I got child support and all kinds of stuff going on right now. So with that being said, you start meeting a girl, you start talking to her, you probably get it in, you go balls deep a couple times, and it's just absolutely wonderful. And you're going about your day, and you're just always wondering what she's doing, right? Always wondering what she's doing, want to talk to her, can't wait till the next time you see her, things like that, right? But then when you're with her, is your work or whatever else that you're doing distracting you away from her? It's not, right? Because that you're already doing what you most want in your life, or you're with the most wanted aspect of your life, right? Same thing goes with your business or with trading. So if you're going about your life, right, and today's it's the weekend this weekend, If you, I could guarantee you guys spent more time probably on your phone, on Instagram. You went to the movies, probably went shopping. Christmas stuff. I get it. It's that time of the year, but I'm sure that never that you didn't even think once while you're out doing those things. Oh man, I can't get home. I can't wait to get home and do this. For my trading. I can't wait to do this. But I guarantee you that if you're studying for your trading, there's a like, okay, I'm gonna finish this so then I could go with the boys and have a drink. I'm gonna finish this so then I could, go out with my girl or whatever. It's just
Talk about it.
it's backwards. It's backwards, guys. So whatever, and I'll say it again. So whatever that you want most should distract you from your daily life. Your daily life should not distract you from what you want most. Does that make sense? And you'll be willing to go through whatever it takes in order for you to go ahead and pursue it. So when I get a trader and they ask me what I have to do to be successful, and I tell them, hey, we need to build some discipline with you. What's the most hated chore that you have in your house? And guys, masculine macho, we don't like doing, most of the house chores. You know what I mean? Like, we rather be out building shit, cutting wood, or playing PlayStation or something. I don't play video games, but I know most guys, do. So, I mean, if it takes you for you to do the dishes on a daily basis, right? And I'm the worst at this. You could see my ex roommate that I had. He knows that I freaking hate doing the dishes. LVD, what up, bro? And he left. And so, exactly, being obsessed with it as well. There, dude. What's your first name? Put your first name because I don't like calling you Desire. So, with that being said, right? So, if it took you being disciplined in one thing that you hate the most doing, right, for you to be a successful trader, wouldn't you do it? If it meant for you washing dishes for you to make $1,000 a day, $100 a day, whatever it may be, the little things add up. Like even with spending, right? So like if you go and you're buying monsters every day, it's $3, right? $3 one time, no big deal. But I'm sure if you go and you start adding up, I actually did this yesterday because I did my bills and everything, and I was trying to figure stuff out. And I was trying to see how much I ate out, so how much like fast food and junk food like I eat, and it's bad, guys. It's a lot of money. I was really bad at one point at Starbucks, where like that was my motivation to get out of bed every morning was to go to Starbucks before I traded, and you spend about $7 to $10 a day. You can see how it quickly adds up to three to $400 a month. So the little things add up quick. So when I have traders ask me, like, they want and the thing is they don't tell me this, but I know they're asking for some type of SD. Oh, cool. I'll call you SD, bro. Nice to meet you. Um, the thing is that they're looking for some indicator, or for me to give it to them. They won't ask for it straight up, right? Because even though I'll just tell them to fuck off if they ask me for an indicator, something like that, right? So they won't ask me straight up. But I know that's what they're wanting, is some type of holy grail, thing that I tell them, hey, if you buy here and sell here on this indicator, you won't have to put any work in. You don't have to study. You'll make millions of dollars, right? It's not the case. So they get frustrated whenever I answer with like, "Oh, how's your home life? Do you do all the chores that you do?" I used to be the most laziest person in the world, guys. Um, I've told the story, to some of my members where like I've actually, so like I used to work as a welding contractor, and it's a really hard work. So we worked on some boilers whenever they shut them down, and we work on the boilers whenever they shut them down. It's about 120, 130 degrees in there. You have to wear coveralls. You have to wear a harness. And you're welding in there, and it's freaking humid. It sucked. Like I was young when I did it. I don't know if I could do it now, like now that I'm older, but it sucked. So like, and the thing is like I would catch a ride. Like I would carpool every day to work, right? Because we worked out in the field. We worked, traveled and did it, and I would always make my coworkers late. because I was always staying up late. I was always, going to the strip club or, doing stupid stuff instead of, preparing the next day to go to work. And I was all like, there's a few times I even worked graveyard shift and I would fall asleep, like, on graveyard shift, where now I feel really bad because I was like the fire watch, right? I'm over there, supposed to be looking out for these other, my coworkers' safety, and I mean, I wasn't doing them any justice. I was over there falling asleep because I was, I thought better of it or whatever. So I've been there, guys. I've been, where you're where you're lazy. Although I didn't have a father figure to teach me, things like, the discipline and things like that. So it just kind of came out of. So here, you know what it is. You'll never be successful until you get you tired of your own shit. So eventually, so like when you first start out with anything, you always look for something to blame, right?
Sure.
Cool, SD, bro. Nice to meet you, dude. Um, yeah. So whenever, like, when you first started training, you're like, oh, like I didn't get a feel, and that's why. You know what I mean? That's why I chased, or uh, yeah, I have platform or Wi-Fi issues or whatever the damn excuse is. It's freaking dumb. Like, I don't. I mean, I did it. I was there too. I was there too, guys. Where I made every single, like, if I had a different broker, I know I would have like nailed that trade because they're direct access. Stupid things, guys. It doesn't matter. There's so many more people. There's so many people out there that are doing double what you're doing with half of what you have. There's one guy in my
And that's the inspiration right there for me, right?
that's
Because when
all.
we talk about hard work and we talk about the amount of time we put into this, for me, it's always been easier to sit and analyze the markets from like the math side and do that stuff. But it's getting to look at those charts and strain my eyes on looking at those charts, which is what's really hard for me. And that dedication and that discipline we need in our actual lives also spills over definitely into the trading world.
That's it. That's exactly it, dude. Is that so? You eventually get tired of making excuses, and you eventually get tired of your own shit. And this isn't just in trading, right? So like you have bad relationships, right? You wonder why you can't keep a relationship with a girl. You can't, why your friends don't invite you out. Eventually get tired of your own shit, and eventually you're gonna hold yourself accountable to the things that you actually want. So, and it's just eventually getting to that point where it's like, hey, I'm fucking sick of losing. Like, I'm sick of feeling like this. I'm sick of, and one of the biggest things that I noticed in that was when I tried to commit suicide, and eventually like it was like the boy that cried wolf, right? I kept on saying I was going to kill myself. I tried a couple times and things like that. Eventually, no one listened, because I said it so much, and then I got tired of my own shit and listening to myself, like, you know what I mean? And so then that's when stuff started to change, is when I started holding myself accountable to things, and then once I got tired of my own shit. So if you're tired of losing, right? You're tired of having losing trades. You're tired of being frustrated with your trading. I think that now's the time to hold yourself accountable, and for you to be tired of your own shit and say that, I'm going to knuckle down and actually give it this 100% shot at being successful. There's people that I know that are in the same place in their trading career right now in December 2019 that they were at January 2019. Nowhere better. And at some point, you would have to say that you got tired of being in that situation, and you're able to reflect to be able to progress yourself. Now, for me, I try on Sundays. I usually have around the same. I was gonna say muscle because I freaking Mexican as hell, but about the same thing. I wake up, I usually get a little work done, and then I go to church on Sunday, and then I go to eat. So sometimes I go with Richard from my room. We'll go eat when he goes to church with me. If not, I go to the same restaurant every Sunday. I go eat menudo, and then now on Sundays I go and I go see my son since we changed things. Then I work all night, and it's the same thing where on Sundays I reflect on my week, and I get so frustrated with myself because I didn't hit all the points that I wanted to the week before. So then I put all the points that I want to hit in the next week, and I make my goals. And this is one thing that I have my guys do in my room. Everyone on Sunday writes down their goals and how they're going to attain their goals for the week going forward, because writing down your goals holds yourself to a different level of accountability rather than just saying them. So, and eventually you get tired of lying to yourself if you're saying them, right? So, um, eventually I mean, how could you get tired of losing? I mean, losing money, losing, you putting all this effort in and not getting any type of return. There has to be some point where you're giving yourself a chance and giving yourself some type of accountability. No one's holding themselves accountable. Everyone thinks it's oh, I'll know the next trade. Or like there's a lot of positive reinforcements in other rooms, right? Like where there's a lot of pats on the back where it's like, oh, it's okay, like you'll get the next one, or things like that. Fuck no, dude. It's okay to be mad that you missed a trade. It's okay to not be upset because you didn't execute. That's what holds you to a higher standard. And that's where, like, there's a time where and I'm still on this path where someone showed me that they had a 90-some% hit rate for a quarter, and it's absolutely possible to have that hit rate as long as you're patient. And I seen their statements and their trader view for it, and that's what I try to hold myself accountable for. Not just green days, right? Not 100% green days, but on every trade. So for you to have a winning trade, every one that you go ahead and you get, of course it's not going to be, of course it's not feasible. It's not going to happen, right? But for you to hold yourself accountable to that level is going to help. Is going to keep you to where you do land is better than where you would have if you didn't. So that's my rant for today, guys. Is just look yourself in the mirror. I know there's a lot more people watch this on the replay than actually live. Are you tired of your own shit? Are you tired of making excuses? Are you tired of not being in the position you want to be? Look yourself in the mirror. Like I said, hold yourself accountable to the actions that you want to go ahead and have, and either you want it or you don't. Like your daily life, like I said, should not distract you from your goals. Your goals should distract you from your daily life.
That's true. And then, like, even rolling back this whole idea of being mad about your trading, right? That's what happened to me last week on Friday.
Yeah, tell them a little bit about it. Bless, I'm gonna eat some chili cheese fries, guys, while Bless talks about my expensive food I just bought again.
Absolutely. Alright, so for me it was real. It was real because Friday I'd set up everything. I was watching Amazon. We're ready to go. Got my order set up and everything. First trade, not a great trade, right? But you traded it smart because you realize at the right time, okay, this is my out. I gotta get out. This thing is doing something else. I got out, got ready, lined up for my next scalp, and boom, I placed my order. And the platform just doesn't fill. It just TD Ameritrade doesn't fill. And then you watch the thing run for, was it $7, $8?
Yep.
It ran for something stupid like that. And so I'm sitting over here and I'm livid. I'm pissed off. And it's just, then you get the, oh, should I chase it? Should I get in? And I think that's one of the moments where it's okay to be mad at yourself. It's okay to be mad that things didn't go the way you want it to be. It's okay for that to happen. But you can't let that anger then seep in into direction of the trading you do.
Exactly. So the thing that I was commending Bless about on Friday on that trade is that it was going in the direction that he wanted, and he didn't chase it. So he just let it go. He let it do its thing. Whereas if he would have traded out of frustration and anger, because he missed it, even though he didn't trade it, he traded his plan by avoiding it. If you guys think about that, so he traded his plan by avoiding it because he missed the trade, and he still stayed safe. And the whole name of this whole game is to make it till tomorrow, to make it to the next trading session. If you're not here to trade the next trading session, it doesn't matter. So in this instance, he did the right thing. He missed. Yeah, it's okay to be upset. He'll work on the things that he'll need to execute next time. but he still just sat there and he traded his plan by not being in the trade because he didn't get the entry and the execution that he wanted.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's all about being able to come back the next day. If it's okay to, like the stuff you were saying, if you put in the time, you put in the effort, you can be able to sit there and watch things not go your way and go, okay, that's okay. As long as you're still following your plan and you don't go berserk. And that comes with, sitting and watching and the time you spend doing this thing.
That's it. That's exactly it. And I was thinking about that actually driving home as well. Is that how many times over the last 2 weeks or so did I give out a pre-market plan to the guys, and then I'm not looking at that ticker, and someone else is trading it, and they're calling it out, and I just watch it. I'm happy for them that they nailed it, right? I don't have to nail every single trade. You know what I mean? I'm in another trade making money, and that one may be moving more, but good. The plan worked, and I didn't. My plan wasn't to chase it. You know what I mean? So I'm still trading my plan.
That's perfection right there.
I'm logging into my poker swim now, guys. So that's all I wanted. I got pretty fired up, like thinking about it on the way home. That like I said, the good news is that you know how to trade. You know how to. I could bet 99% of you guys know how to execute, and I tell people that I talk to all the time. I could teach someone to buy on an EMA cross. I could teach a monkey how to do that. You know what I mean? I could teach a monkey to buy on an EMA cross. It's very easy. So, but to do it consistently over a long period of time and to do it correctly in the right context is definitely different. And so that's all I wanted to talk about right now. Is that if you're not successful in your trading, it's because you're not giving it 100% in your effort by looking at the other things that are distractors or detractors, I should say, in your life, because you won't be disciplined in other things. I never used to bang my bed. I never used to make my bed. I mean, what for? I'm going to get back in it at the end of the day, right? I mean, I would make it like whenever I knew someone was coming over, right, and was going to help me, make a mess of it. But I mean, I never used to make my bed. Now, every morning before I leave, it has to be made. My bed has to be made every morning before I have to leave. There's times where just little things like I just didn't like doing, but doing those things now, you build those habits, and it just. How many people? Let's ask this: if you made it to this part of the video, how many people put? I should make a poll in the on Twitter. How many people put their shopping carts away in the actual shopping cart thing and the little, like on the parking lot? You know how there's a stall for them. I could bet at least half. At least half, if not way more than that, don't actually do it. And it's the little things like that. It's the little if you can't do the little things, you're not going to be able to do the big things, guys. Like being able to sit on your hands when there's a trade that's going against you, or that you should not be entering or chasing and things like that. And those are the little things I'm talking about, where it takes a little extra effort. It takes less than 30 seconds to go put your freaking cart away, to make your bed in the morning, do things like that, and for you to be successful. Those are the little things that build on. And even not just in trading. Now I'm building a business and brand off of New Age Wall Street. And I mean I would rather be on Instagram looking on thoughties all day long. You know what I mean? Like, but I can't. And it's the little things like that where I had to find ways for me to be more disciplined. Like I have timers all over my phone. Like I have timers that remind me, I need to get this done by this time. If I'm working, right, I'll do like a power hour where I'm working, and I'll turn off my phone. I'll put on D&D, and I have to work for an hour straight without any distractions.
Yeah.
And it makes me so much. And then after that, I can take a break or go for a walk or whatever, and it's so much better. Usually when I'm editing, like when I'm editing videos, while the video is rendering or it's uploading on YouTube, I have downtime because my computer is taking so much memory to do that. I can't do anything else. So that's when I'll take a break or whatever. But that was the topic, guys. If you're not successful, look for other aspects in your life. Why the little things like that. And then, are you tired of your? You got to get to that point where you're tired of your own shit and you're tired of your own excuses and just tired of it. Like you just you've done everything else, but hold yourself accountable.
That makes so much sense, man.
So we'll jump into some stocks now. Um, look at some tickers. Does anyone have any tickers that you want to go over? I was looking at someone. Someone was actually calling out Home Depot, and I think Bless could talk a little bit about Home Depot. He was trading this like last week or the week before.
Trying to get everything set up too. Y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my setup for Home Depot, because the way I trade is very disciplined with my lines, was I actually had Home Depot up, I think for the past, I want to say about 4 days, right? So since Tuesday or so. And let me just pull this back. And it actually popped on my chart somewhere in that original like 216 range. It was trading it before the dip, and then it's pullback.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at the Friday chart you got your minute charts up. I don't know how we're gonna do this because I'm not looking at Cruise's setup.
Well, I could start a Zoom and then give you control of my chart.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
Give me a second.
This was a good like $3-4 trade,
I think the trade idea that I had seen is that it kind of built this base over the last little bit, and that it was going to go back up for a bounce. And,
yeah. Build that thing up so we can
I put
clear this.
the link in the Discord.
Okay. Got that. Let's let this thing load up.
So
you can talk about what you see, and then I'll.
Okay, yeah. So far, well, Blessed stuff is loading up here. So I haven't. Big disclaimer here, guys. I haven't looked at this. I was just seeing someone had a trade idea on this, and I kind of they had a chart that looked pretty interesting in the way that they see things, the way that they trade, and I kind of agreed on it, based off of what the way I like to trade. So and so let me just go up further. So right here, you can see like it kind of built, this base right here at 212.34. And so me and Bless, we give each other crap. I like using fibs, Fibonacci lines. They're quick, easy, and I think they do work for the for the most part. And it is here at the the fib line at 212.08 or so is where it brought, it held support. And so we should be looking at it, making a bounce and going up. So, the margin for the margin for profit here at this level is at least $10. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. So at least $10 here at this point. If it does bounce and it does hold to go up, market permitting. Over the last week, man, we hit what 218 in the SPY, so that's absolutely crazy. So if we get definitely bull sentiment in the market, and it starts bouncing here, we could start seeing a squeeze from everyone here that's loaded up in this area for it to go back up. But that's what I was looking for this week. Real quick before I go ahead and hand over the reins to Bless. Last week we were talking about Tesla, guys, and last Sunday, and what a freaking beauty this was all week long, guys. I gotta like suck my own dick a little bit on this trade, guys. We talked about this, right? So we talked about, where we had the big squeeze, from earnings, right? And then we had the little drop down. We had the exhaustion, drop down here at this level, and then this 227.50, like we said, was holding on tighter than the Fat Girls Bra Strap, and then it just bounced off of that, support. And I'm sure you guys seen the tweet. Me and Bless are fighting about this as well, about the um, using more, price action, reading tape, and support and resistance. That's all I based this off of. Just the support right here at this level, it was holding really well, and then for a nice bounce for it to go up, and then eventually I'll grow some balls and be able to, and make a good swing trade like this. I'm still, yeah, we'll go over SFET and TCCO, SD. Give me a second, and we'll go ahead and get some small caps going as well. All right.
Sure.
Bless likes the small caps a little bit more, so I'll let him handle those, right? And so that's all it was. Just support, resistance, $30. On this trade right here, I talked about 355 as the first target, and then 360, 365 as secondary, and that's recorded in the last Sunday stock study. So if you guys want to hold me to it or tell me that I'm doing hindsight shit, it's not. It was in there last week, and
Boom.
but eventually like I said, calls don't mean nothing if you don't trade it, and I traded it intraday, but I wish I would have had some 360 calls or 340 or something to just leave it through the whole week. That would have been a nasty trade. So just want to like I said, gloat about that a little bit, which was a call out we had, and the guys in the room traded as well. But yeah, go ahead. Can you take control of my screen now? Yeah, there you go, sir. There you go.
I'm in.
Yeah, go ahead and there we go. I gave you control of my stuff now.
There you go. Okay.
Just don't be going through my MIDI folder.
Yeah, don't go find some porn. Alright, so if you're looking in this like 11-ish range right here, right? You guys see this line at 211, whatever that is.
You're not controlling my screen yet.
Oh.
There it is.
Okay, now I am. Okay, so right in this region right here, in that region, you guys see how it holds that point, that 211 point through these dips here, and that, that's telling you that's pretty solid R, right? That's pretty solid resistance. And one of the rules in how I trade is, broken resistance becomes support. So when you go ahead and you engage, you go long here, using his fib lines. You go long on this breach here, and you're watching out for the next resistance line, right? And you know that if it holds that support region, which if you watch here, you see it hold, which allows you to you what it's telling you, all these other lovely indicators telling you it's still a good long, and so you can sit your ass in that trade and keep riding here. And at each turn, you see the same kind of thing happening, and you have these, these you can use these fib lines like I like to do. I sometimes use these lines, and I go a couple cents underneath these lines for my trailing stop loss. And then that way I can let the trade work. And then just keep lifting them up as you go along. And so that would be my ideal way to play Home Depot. So somewhere from that 213 range. And then maybe I would have gotten out here, but that's how I tend to play it. Or if we go, can you go intraday?
Yeah, you could do it. You could click on things. Oh, you can't click on things?
No.
Oh.
There you go. There you go. This is, you'll see it here. Oh, look at that. Look at that 211 region right there. Hold. Like I was talking about, that 211 region right there. Got to hold. And then you can get it on this breach here. And you have your lines ready to go for you. Next time we do this, I'll send you my system. so you can load that one up.
So that's my thesis. I think we get a bounce. I don't know if Blast wants to talk about it, if he's going to trade it this week. I'm a little apprehensive about
Home Depot, I think we're finding some exhaustion at about 18, I believe. So if this thing keeps pushing up to about 218, I'm definitely going to be looking to nail it back the other way.
But we have room to 218, right? So so my thesis would be right up to 218, and then Bless is looking, to wait to get it on the turnaround the way down. So
yeah.
Pretty cool. Do you want to go over SFET and TCCO real quick? I'll put it.
Oh yeah. We can just throw them up, and we can do that.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you can see the story on TCCO. Straight up, it's just this thing is a pig. So first off, even the news it was running on, I personally just not a fan, right? Of the OG news it was running on.
Is it just off the tariff stuff?
It was running off the tariffs and a little bit off of their fourth quarter earnings.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I mean, I was looking. So this was like I think 5 days ago almost. They started booming from about what was it 181 to wherever they were at to 550 I think. So it ran because of like all these because of earnings. Now, if you look at profitability indexes and all about these companies are all shit. I love them, but they're all shit. And so, even after all that news, I was still looking. Like this is one of those companies where I was still looking TCCO, looking to go short on and hammer that and keep it going. But I do think you have to be cautious right here at this 603 to about 555 level. You have to be cautious, especially if you're trying to nail this short here, because there's some bag holders, and if HFTs decide to come in and cook, there's still a lot of shorts here from about $10, $11 or so who are still sitting in this pig and they're ready to go. So there's still a high amount of shorts in here. Probably means it has room to go down, but just be careful if you're trading it this week about the algos coming in and running and mucking up this show. So real careful.
Yeah, that would suck, guys. I think if we're looking at this, you're looking around 550 or so, in order for it to be definitely downwards, for it to keep fading down. But it would suck for you to get short in this, and then they release some type of news, and there's a gap up, and it just keeps on going. So
that's how these things play. Like I don't know if you're familiar with the story on LMPX, right? The major runner over the past like 2, 3, 4 days, right?
Yeah.
From what was it, $7 to its high was like 44 on Friday.
Yeah.
Like absolutely ridiculous. This thing it's literally doing the same thing Elfin did, right? If you really think about it. I believe the owner in their last 13D filings, he now owns about 40-something% of the float. You understand? This man has locked that thing up. That's the same exact thing the Elfin guy did to manipulate his stock from what was it, $8-10 to about 150, or whatever happened there. It's the same. I see the same exact book going on here. I just don't know where the top is going to be on this thing, because there is no reason why the owner should buy back. He bought back his shares after the IPO, and now he's locked them up, and it's so he was borrowing these shares out. He was letting them go short, and now he's calling back his property, and this thing still has room here.
Yeah. So as far as
Real nasty.
S or TCCO. Yeah, I mean, we could see it. I could see like if because it's built a pretty good support right here. Apparently I traded it at some point because I have the red lines right here are manual support and resistance that I drew in the past. So I
Okay.
mean, if this was here since before this time, I mean, look how spot on I was. I was doing pretty good right here. I mean, so if it drops, drops below there, $5.55, then definitely hit the short. For the rest of the way down, you can make $2-3 or whatever. It's gonna
Yeah.
Chaser, what up, bro? Nice to see you, dude. Missed you on Friday, bro. I was looking for you. So if it breaks below that level, definitely load the boat short. I'm sure that there's shorts from here around on this this pop right here at the end of the day on
Yep.
Wednesday or
Yep.
whatever.
I mean, those guys are up there, and those are the reason I'm scared to go short on this thing right now.
So
Because if they start taking profit, it's not going to be pretty.
SFET. So the other one, this one didn't look like it had too much volume, dude. Like I don't know what your question is.
I don't know what the move here was.
Yeah, I don't. It's not anything on my radar. I don't see why you would trade this or anything. Like yeah, there was this little gap up right here on probably what was this, Wednesday or Thursday? I mean from 4:30 to 5:40, but I see it cupping up right here on something maybe to keep on watch for it to try to make another move, but I doubt it's going to run anymore. You got people in here from this pop that are just going to add to the position.
Yeah, they just need to keep adding.
Yeah, they're just going to add. So I don't see too much with that one. To answer your question, did you have like a specific topic on the actual ticker you want to go over? Thursday was a like trading was a shit show, or like Chaser, or like you had some personal stuff going on. So yeah, so that's that, and then as far as I don't really you're looking at Tesla into the next week. There are seen some people talking about like the sweeps and stuff for it. So there are a few 400 calls that are being bought out. Towards the end of January. So people speculating it'll get to 300. It's definitely extended right now. So back to
You're preaching. Yeah, you already know how a bunch of guys in our room feel about it.
Yeah. So like dude, it happens, bro. Don't be. I think you follow me on Twitter, right? If you're having a bad day or you want a second opinion on anything, don't feel free to DM me. I talk to kinds of people that aren't in the room at the same time as well. That aren't in the room. I'll DM you in the middle of the trade, or if you just want me to look over your trade idea. So yeah, so Tesla at 370. I'm kind of looking forward to it unwinding, guys. That if you guys,
I mean, I definitely see that happening, right?
Tesla
I think we see
crazy.
I think we see like 360, maybe that 365 again, and I think it unwinds somewhere in that 62 to 65 range. It's going to go there and then start its unwind.
Yeah, Tesla unwinds really freaking fast too. So, Mateo,
That's
what up, bro? Mateo just joined the room this last week, and so that's Mateo never traded options, but he had a lot of questions and things like that. I'm gonna brag on you a little bit, dude. Gave him a little. He asked a lot of questions, made sure that he was comfortable about stuff, and he's been hitting it this week, and he's been doing really good. So, really, really proud of him. A lot different than I'm sure what he's used to with from other rooms and small caps and things like that, but he's been nailing it.
That's great. That's great to hear. Oh man, Tesla's gonna be so fun to hit on the backside.
I don't really have any other trade ideas other than that, like the Tesla one. I seen someone talking about Netflix, but we were kind of talking about Netflix in the room, guys. This used to be my baby. This used to be, I mean, this is where I said, Netflix every day until the swans come on small caps. And the ATR for Netflix, it used to be, almost $11, and now if you go on Finviz, it's more, it's more like $7 or so dollars. So
Wow.
it's really tightened up ever since the Disney Plus, came out, and there's just nothing here. I mean, um, I do so you test it around in this area right here, the 316, and I mean I could see it getting back down to 250 again, guys, over the long term. I don't know how it's going to get there. I don't think it's going to be a straight shot there, but I think we build like a range where it goes up and down. You know how like we were talking about on Amazon Blast, Amazon
Yeah.
is that in that big channel right now.
Yep.
So I could see Netflix doing that until they release any maybe earnings. Earnings are coming up soon, and I'm sure they'll have other news.
That's
Cool.
gonna be fun.
Al said thank you for walking through HD. Bless.
Oh yeah, that's what we're here for, right?
Cool. Then one of the other guys, he's looking at Goldman Sachs.
Ooh.
Richard's looking at Goldman Sachs, and lately, like the financial tickers, they've been on kind of on fire, guys. Even Bank of
I mean,
America.
my only problem with the financial tickers is our favorite human being in the world, Donald Trump. That's the only beef I have with him.
Oh, you don't like it?
No, it's just you never know when our buddy can tweet, and then I think banks and retails they love reacting to the news, right? Their
Yeah.
stock just
Yeah, I actually looking at this now, guys. I actually really like it. Like, it has this solid channel where it's moving up. It's making these higher lows,
higher lows. Yep.
and it's breaking out right here. I had set an alert actually last week. I think actually on the Sunday stock study, I set the alert live with you guys, and my alert hit in the middle of the week. I was totally like, what the hell? And the funny thing was, is one of my guys was actually trading it, and he didn't even say nothing. He likes holding out on us, and but I could see the potential here. I'm sure if I put the volume profile in this area, it's really high right here in this 228, 230 level. But we break that, we have room up here to 250 at least. So that would be really freaking nice if we did that. As far as the whole, Trump thing and the China thing and stuff, I think we're in the clear at least, for the next 2 weeks or so. I can't see anything else happening, by the end of the year or anything like that. So, um, dude, do I play earnings like Adobe for cost for day one or Costco? Oh, so like if there's an overextension, dude, not usually. Like I'm still kind of like making what I like to be my actual earning strategy. I can't think of the one that I think it might have been Tesla, but you know how Tesla.
It was Tesla after the news thing.
Yeah, so they had a big drop, right? So they had the big ass
Mhm.
drop from Tesla, and then I just said it's all it was oversold, way oversold, and so I played the bounce, and that's what I did for the earnings. So I would like to do some more stuff like that. Um, if you look at Boeing for this week, one of the guys in the room was looking at Boeing, and we'll go into like a little bit smaller time frame. Actually, let's go like here. So we had this. They had some news right here where the 737s or whatever, like they weren't going to be done until the middle of next year or something, and it dropped. And I watched this, and I'm still kind of watching it. It still hasn't necessarily made like a where it's like a pattern where it's going down. It's just kind of consolidating right here. I could see this bouncing and going back up and making up to all this room right here that that it lost. Especially if you go like a little bit bigger time frame, like right here. So we're kind of down on the lower end in this channel. So yeah, I could see where it gets up here in the longer term, especially if we start getting some of that positive 737 news. it'll definitely do it. So I really like whenever something's oversold or oversold or overbought, I like to play the other way. Like Shopify and Roku were really good ones over the last 2 weeks as well.
Look at them.
It's a good question.
Long-term plays.
Dude, I just need to learn how. I need a different account, is what it is. I need a different account to be able to play the swings and let it. The thing is, the thing I think what it is about the swings is that it's gonna take some investment where I'm gonna probably lose a little bit of money doing it and figuring it out. And I don't want to lose money. Obviously, no one wants to lose money, but
I mean, the way I like to set it up is I have like 3 accounts at the minimum, right? So you have the long account that I'll only play plays where I'm looking at like at least a month, and then I'll have the swings that's like, you know, a couple days to like 3 weeks, and then the regular intraday.
the
And it doesn't have to be a lot of cash in either one.
Sorry, boss. The earnings move I do like are the ones that are after hours, dude. So I won't play them while they, when they announce, but then the next day, the next morning. I don't like when I think it's a little bit too volatile for me when they announce in the morning before the actual session. That's a coin toss, dude. But you give me something that's overextended or oversold or overbought, the next day, fuck yeah, I'll hit a bouncer, whatever it is. So Shopify has been a monster, guys. If you guys want to go over it real quick.
Yeah, shop to 400.
Oh my god. I don't see any reason why not. I mean, this thing is just, there's a lot of rumors over the last 2 weeks that there's companies looking to buy them out. And I don't blame them. I mean, I don't blame them that, this is going to be the future of commerce, not just e-commerce, commerce in general, right? And being online, there's a lot of big companies that use Shopify as, their platform and, to sell their products, and not to mention all the little like drop shippers and, things like that. So, and they have a bunch of new other features that are coming out as well. So, I think the thing is like Shopify. Mark my words right now. You buy Shopify right now, right under 400. You're going to be pissed off when it's at $600-700 in a couple years, and saying you should have bought it right now and just held it.
My problem with this thing is 385, at least in the short term.
Yeah, I could see that.
If it holds that 385, we're cooking. If it pops there and holds it, oh yeah.
385, 395, yeah.
We're seeing 400 plus easy.
So, yeah, if it breaks 400, all hell will break loose then at that point, which will be nice now that we figured out the whole China thing. A lot of the stuff on Shopify that's being sold is China, so probably why it had a really got hiccups. Probably why I had a good move on Friday. So, but that is it. I don't know if there's any. There's no earnings like this week or anything. Is there, Plus?
Nothing I'm interested in.
And like I can't think of a. Let's look at real quick. I'm just gonna pull up FinViz, guys. Let's see if there's any, anything on there that, any names that catch my eye.
Check that.
Spirit Airline, is that what it is? Support.com Inc. Or is this that IPO that was last week? Support.
Oh my god, I hate all these IPOs.
I saw someone making fun of them. They're like, they're like, who IPOs a freaking company with .com in their name? What do they think this is? The 90s? I laughed out loud at that one. I was like, I really wish I could have been a trader during that time, guys. I feel like I missed out. Like
Golly, man.
you're
I mean,
hearing,
guys weren't even trading using tsla then. They just buy whatever shit at .com.
man, like that was like the whole Bitcoin thing. You know what I mean? Bitcoin was going up. You can't buy. And I actually I started listening to the, I don't know, is it Quote the Raven or Quote the Raven? I'm just gonna call it
I think it's a
QTR.
lot.
The
Yeah.
QTR podcast is actually, he's a really funny dude. Shout out to him. I know he's not probably gonna like listen to us or whatever, but um, so I really like his podcast. I like it a lot, and I listened to the one he did on with I think his name is Adam something from, he's the Citron CEO, and
Okay.
That was really, I really enjoyed that. So if you guys maybe in the link on this thing, if you guys want to take a look at that. So if you don't know who Citron is, he's they're a company
They short.
they're
They
big
love
short
shorting.
sellers. Yeah, big short sellers in the market. They like to expose companies, if they're doing shady things, and um, so and because of that, he has a kind of a bad reputation as an asshole or whatever from CEOs and stuff. But from that interview, he seems like a pretty reasonable guy, and he's pretty ethical in the way that he writes his letters and things like that. He doesn't just put it out to help his positions. He really wants facts that he could show based on it that he's taking these positions. So which is a lot different than being a pumper or just putting out this news. I mean, you could definitely put out fake news and help your position, but he tries to have facts that on it, and I really like it. So um, so yeah, that was really cool. I like that QTR podcast, and that guy from Citron. I actually subscribe to his tweets and stuff, so I can see a lot more stuff. But yeah, his word is taken pretty seriously on the street. So I don't see anything else, guys. As far as oh, you real quick. One. So I'm not necessarily trading this. This is like a side project that I'm looking at. So this is Peloton, guys.
Oh my god.
I knew Bless was gonna talk some crap, but everyone saw the commercial, the Peloton commercial. I'm sure by now, and and I think the moral of the story is don't buy your wife a Peloton for Christmas. But this is definitely very strong right here, where it got pushed up really crazy here from $20 $21 to 37 without a breather. I mean, look at this is all green candles right here, and we finally got that bad headline news whatever commercial, and we got this this plot back down, and now we're basing out. So this is what I wanted to see is for it to catch support, and it did right here at 360 or so. And if this starts catching support and kind of like the Tesla trade idea, it starts lifting away from this and wedging out away from it. I think this could turn into like BYND. So BYND is a piece of shit. And what was the top of BYND? 240 some.
2 something. Yeah. So 2 whatever.
Definitely way overvalued at that point. And
all those numbers too much.
No reason for it to be up that high, and this is just a trading vehicle, so I could see where it starts because from the IPO, right? So if you look, this is where IPO'd, everyone jumped in short, they started squeezing those shorts, and I could see them having fun where shorts are trying to pick a top here and just keep on riding it up. So I think it would be funny to see Peloton fucking $200, like it'd just be freaking ridiculous. That'd be funny. So you heard it here, you heard it first, and if I'm wrong, you didn't. You heard it somewhere else. All right.
Oh man.
That was I think that's the last ticker that I wanted. That I'm kind of, like I said, I don't have a position in it. It's just kind of like my side project. I told my idea to Bless and someone else, and I've just been kind of watching it. So I think
real weird stock. It is real weird.
Peloton.
Peloton.
Yeah. So
all of these squeezable stocks. or
I just don't see how you can make that. So they have a huge. So here's the thing: is that they have a huge lawsuit against them right now over licensing of the music in their programming. You didn't know that?
Perfect. No, I
Yeah,
didn't
they
know
have
that.
a huge lawsuit right now over the licensing of their music, and so it's ongoing right now. And that's why that's why everyone was shorting it at the IPO and things like that. But of course, we could start getting the sentiment on the other end, and that's why they just keep on trying to pick these tops, and we'll see what happens with the lawsuit. But yeah, they had all kinds of these popular songs and things without anyone's permission in it and not paying any royalties or anything. So we'll see how it turns out. So I'm hoping it's not too I hope they draw it out like kind of like the China news, and then we could just keep on getting a push up, and all these shorts because of the legal news will keep on trying to pick tops on it. So that's my very rough theory. I should read more into it, but my very rough 5 minutes of reading into of research. That was my Citron for it.
Wow, that ain't bad.
All right, guys. Are there any questions from you guys that are in YouTube land? Anything? I got I think I'm gonna make a video tonight. Got a bunch of stuff going on, so
I think there was someone in the room who was asking about different trading styles.
But oh shoot,
Gotta make sure. Let me see if I can
oh
find it.
the Al earlier today he was asking. We're gonna work this out a little bit better. Where I don't know if Bless wants to show his face, but we'll freaking make a meme or something that we could put up when he's talking instead of you just seeing me all the whole time. So we'll have to see what.
I'll pull up next time. I gotta figure out the space, the lighting, and all that shit.
The guys the guys in my room have identity issues. Like no one wants to show their face in my room. I swear, like there's pictures of them for like middle school, like 12th grade yearbooks that I have to see what they actually look like. So it's pretty nuts, like how secretive everyone is, and I'm just over here like, hey guys, like, dude, I'm over here rocking the mohawk and stuff, guys. I'll show out. So I'm thinking about joining my son's PTA at his school. See how that goes over.
This guy trying to be.
So at church, I have a big thing like being respectful at church and things like that. You don't use your phone, take off your hat in church, and so I take off my hat when I'm in church, and you could tell like the people. So like so we do worship first, right? So where you sing and stuff and praise at the beginning. That's how church starts, and then they do like announcements, and then when they transition for the pastor to come, deliver the message and stuff, they tell everyone to give to say hi to the people next to you and shake their hand or say good morning or whatever, and you could tell they just like aren't expecting a big ass dude like with the mohawk behind them because I have my hat off and I'm just like, and I have a smile on my face. I'm like, good morning, and you could
They don't expect the shit.
Yeah, well, I go to the early the early one too. So it's a bunch of old people. It's not like young people at the service. I go to. It's all the old people that are trying to get to IHOP for the freaking early bird special.
Free my dogs.
So, but yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll make this a little bit more professional. Like I said, we'll make it more like a podcast style where we'll have a topic we talk about in the beginning, kind of today, and then we'll go over some tickers and then have some more questions. Hopefully, more we do this, I expect more people to join in. So, but I really like this this type of format. What do you think, Russ?
I mean, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Did a great job. I love how the energy came in with, just ready to go.
Yeah, that's so I think that'll be good when I come home. I come home from seeing my son, and I get that time to think in the car. I have thoughts like that a lot, and it's like I said, it's not just trading; it's business and stuff. It's dude, it's freaking hard. I You know, I get so discouraged where, you know, I don't think I've told Bless yet, but there's people that I tell, like, I don't have to run a room. I don't have to, you know, mentor anyone. I don't have to do any of this. I make money trading. And but then I get like little things where, you know, people, you know, you know, one of my guys this week, he went from not never trading a day in his life. He's in the room 3 months, and then he tried small caps. Right, he tried small caps on paper. Said that wasn't for him. He wants to do options. Did options. He sim traded options. Last 2 weeks he's been live. Made $1,000 on a $2,000 account. This week. So that's why I do these things. Keep going is because those little wins that, you know, other people have. That's freaking cool because
I mean, it means more.
money don't mean shit, guys. I went to, you know, today I went and I saw like I said, I drove an hour and a half to, you know, one way to be able to see my son play basketball for 20 minutes, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. It was absolutely awesome. So, but we'll go ahead and cut it off here, guys. I'm gonna chop it off like I don't know. I'll work on the analogy for next week. And
You can chop it off like